the master and his pupil, or bro love with regards to Pep and Marcelo.
I don't think there's a better time to play Man City. Aguero out, Jesus out, leaky defence. We know we can score against anybody. We've proven we can score against anybody.
That Man City can be beaten.
But yeah, it is a worry. And when I mentioned the backlash, we've seen it time and time again from Man City in the past, where they have an indifferent or not so good game, and then they come back and absolutely steamroll the next team they play.
So I genuinely think we're going to get a game very similar to the one we put in against Liverpool.
Hey guys, so Man City coming up this weekend. I'm trying not to ride too high off of our performance from last weekend since we played so well defensively. Robin Koch had a great game, Millet had a great game, so just really good to see. Just feels good having a good defensive performance under our belt now. I think if we would have conceded another 3-4 goals this past weekend going into Man City this weekend, I think, it would be very, very concerning. But now I think we have that feeling of what it feels like to play well defensively, and we can kind of carry that with us throughout the season. But that being said, I think we're in for it. I think Man City, top quality team by world standards. So that in itself will be a challenge. But I think they're going to come in with a chip on their shoulder after giving up 5 goals to Leicester this past week. So I think they're going to come in with something to prove. So I think Leeds need to expect Man City to be on their absolute A game. Just because, they're looking to prove that they can compete once again for the title, prove that they're title contenders after a poor performance. Now, I do think Leeds can handle it. I do think Leeds can handle Man City's best and hang in there and maybe sneak out a point. But it's going to take a strong effort on both ends. Another huge defensive challenge for us, so we'll see how the backline responds. After a good performance last week, let's see if they can follow it up against a world class attack from Man City. I expect Man City to come in and play well. I expect Leeds to play well. This isn't necessarily a game Leeds need to get 3 points out of, or even 1 point out of. In terms of staying up, games like this won't define our season, but I think Leeds will also have a chip on their shoulder, and that they want to prove they can hang with the top dogs. So I expect a dogfight. I expect both teams to play very well. I wouldn't be surprised if Leeds lost, but I do think a draw is in the cards. Again, if both teams play well, who knows what could happen, but I think Leeds can squeak out a draw, so we'll see what happens. Let's go, boys.
Hi guys, Man City review. One of those matches that we could not wait to take place. This is what we got to the Premiership for. It's going to be the master and his pupil, or bro love with regards to Pep and Marcelo. And I think that makes things interesting. However, if there was a better time to play Man City, I think it's now. Yesterday for them was a horror show. We've seen all sorts of dimensions with our team, with us Leeds this season already. Grind it, fluent, attacking. We've spread the seed of positivity so much between us as fans, against the footballing fraternity generally, and I've got every reason to believe that we're going to give this a real good go, and I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't. I suppose the question we've got to ask is actually who's going to be playing. We've got these new signings coming in or not coming in. We've got Llorente. Is he going to start? I think Koch is starting to show what he's about and the signs of the value for money. I do believe that Rodrigo will start this match. I think there's a certain call for that, certainly with Harrison being out of this match because of playing against his parent club. But I honestly believe this is going to be a real pitch of wits, and I honestly believe that catching City at the moment, they're going to be a bit jittery. They've had an awful start really, and the Leicester match has given them good reason to be nervous. So I think we'll do this one just 2-1, and I really do believe that Rodrigo will get on the score sheet this time. I think he feels he needs to do that just to simply say, yeah, I'm worth the money. and I am going to give Bamford a bit of a run for his shirt, but it's all healthy. The thing is, it's such a healthy situation we've got going on. Players fighting for the shirts, players showing different ways to do things, and more to come in. And looking at the 23s today, there's a lot of kids knocking on the door as well there. So the reasons to be cheerful, and I think we're going to take all that positive energy and give them a right good game. And I think 2-1 to Leeds. Marching on together, we are Leeds.
Guys, Brent from Adelaide, Australia, coming at you with the Man City preview. Fired up for this one, guys. Absolutely cannot wait. I don't think I'm going to be able to sleep the night before the game. For the fact that I think if you'd asked me at the start of the season, can we get something from this game, I'd say absolutely no chance. City are just on another level. But the way the season's panned out so far, the way we've played and the way Man City have played, I think we can definitely get something from this game. I don't think a draw is out of the realm of possibilities. I don't think there's a better time to play Man City. Aguero out, Jesus out, leaky defence. We know we can score against anybody. We've proven we can score against anybody. So I think, and I'm not saying anything dramatic here, but I think we know this game's going to come down to how many can we not concede. What can we limit Man City to? Because I'll back us to score 1 or 2 goals against them. You wouldn't have thought after the first 3 games that the one game we probably had more of a hold as far as possession in the midfield goes is the Liverpool game. If we can get back to holding the ball a little bit more control, let's orchestrate our chances a little bit more against this defence. I think we could be in for a great game. I think we're definitely going to be in for goals, no doubt about it. Harrison out, absolute massive out. I foolishly only just realised a few days ago that of course he's going to miss this game. Who knows who's going to come in? Does Alioski come in? Does Dallas move up? But I'll leave that to Master Lee, and I'll back the guys to get the job done. Every time we've had injuries, the boys have backed it up. The boys have backed it up with the performance. I can't remember one time, I think, when a player was out and we've actually thought, God, we missed this guy. I think even the games Calvin missed last year, I think we won all of them. So look, guys, really looking forward to it. Little prediction. If Rodrigo starts, which I'd love him to start, I've got a feeling we're going to see a little bit of magic from him. I don't know why, but he's getting himself more into the games, the more minutes he plays. And I've just got a feeling we might see a little bit of magic in the box from Rodrigo. We might see his name on the score sheet. But look, prediction, guys, you got to go. Look, 3-1, 4-1, unfortunately, Man City. But definitely would not put it past us. 1-0, 2-0. 100%. But anyway, guys, cheer loud and we'll speak soon.
Hi everyone, I'm here to give you my Leeds United versus Man City preview. Well, Man City were one of those teams at the start of the season everyone said we'll take a free hit, and I still feel the same. They'll be challenging for the title at the end of the season without a shadow of a doubt. But what a shaky start they've had. Their defence was so shaky at the weekend. They were panicking, conceding 3 penalties, conceding 5 goals for the first time under Pep Guardiola, for the first time in over 600 games. It just shows that Man City can be beaten and that everyone in the Premiership can be beaten. I think Bamford can cause their defence some real problems, especially with his work rate at the moment. He will be high on confidence right now. And I think if we give them the intensity and the high press and our absolute unbelievable work rate, I feel we can score a goal or 2 against them, no doubt. But I'm not gonna kid myself. We will lose. I mean, even though they've got 3 of their first team players out, they've got quality off the bench. They're Man City. So I still think we'll lose, but I think we'll give them a good game, and I think it will be a bit of a goal fest, in my opinion. I feel it will be Leeds United 2, Man City 4.
Hello, One Leeds. Man City preview. Worried about this one. Worried about this one. The reason I'm worried is the Man City backlash. We're playing one of the best sides in the world. Let's not get away from that. When you look at the fixtures as they came out, we've got Liverpool, Man City within the first 4 games. Quite tricky, some may say. But yeah, it is a worry. And when I mentioned the backlash, we've seen it time and time again from Man City in the past, where they have an indifferent or not so good game, and then they come back and absolutely steamroll the next team they play. We've got to be careful of that. We need to be out the blocks quickly. No doubt that we will be, but we just need to be aware of that. And that's something for us to look at. Watch the highlights against Leicester. Man City weren't at the best, as I've said, but we've seen that. Pep will have seen that, obviously, and gone into great detail of how to correct it. Could have just been an off day, but let's be right. Pep's one of the best coaches in the world, so we need to be careful of how they're set up. Big loss for us, Harrison on the wing, can't play against his parent club. Fantastic for us last year, brilliant for us start of this season. Options in there, I don't know which way he's going to go, to be honest, because there are a few options. You could put Rodrigo on the wing and keep Tyler Roberts in that 10 role. I personally wouldn't. You could have Poveda straight in there and play Rodrigo in that 10 role, or you could have Alioski in there, play Rodrigo in that 10 role. Trying to second guess Marcelo is a little bit difficult, but I personally think he'll probably go for Alioski on the wing and play Rodrigo in that 10 role. I think Tyler gets dropped this game. Score prediction, it's difficult for me to come on here and predict a loss, so I'm going to go for a draw. High scoring draw, 2-2. Could be another blockbuster. That's not me coming on here saying there's not a possibility of us getting beaten heavily here, because there is. Like I said, they're one of the best teams in the world. But if we're on it and play to our potential, I'm going to go for a draw, 2-2. Especially if Coops and Koch are on the game as they were against Sheffield United. Looks much more solid, and they are building that partnership. Thanks very much.
Hello Connor, this is SUJAL Desai. I love your channel. I've been posting on it regularly. I'm completely addicted to it. Love all the content on it. Fantastic knowledge, information. Please keep it up. Predictions for the Man City match. I think we're going to nick it, and I think Rodrigo is going to score. It's going to be 1-0 Leeds, and we're going to do it. Come on Leeds.
Hi, it's Anthony here with your Leeds United versus Manchester City preview. These are the kind of games we've been waiting for a long time. Leeds United versus Manchester City, Pep Guardiola versus Marcelo Bielsa. We've come a long way from Day Parker Day, haven't we? Those kind of days are well behind us now. I think it's going to be obviously a really tough game. Two very similar styles of play, obviously. Marcelo Bielsa, one of Pep Guardiola's biggest sort of inspirations in terms of his own style. The only difference is Pep Guardiola's got hundreds of millions of pounds worth of world-class players all around the team. Coming off the bench, they can change a game in an instant. And so Leeds need to go into this game and just enjoy it, because I think we've won the games we've needed to win. We've beaten Sheffield United and Fulham, and we've beaten them well. So I think we can go into this game with no pressure on our backs and just really go for it and enjoy it and try and get a result. At the end of the day, if we end up losing 2-3, 4-0, these are the kinds of things you've got to expect in the Premier League playing against these kinds of teams. So if there's fans that are getting negative after this game, I won't have any of it. I'm just going to sit back and really enjoy this and expect Leeds to give a really good account of themselves. And if we come on the back of a bad result, we move on. We need to beat those teams we've just beaten: Sheffield United, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Burnley, Brightons, those kind of teams. Those are the teams I want to go and see us get a victory. But now we can really just go into this game and not expect anything in particular. Jack Harrison out. That's a big blow for us. I think he's been a big part of our early success this year, but I think someone like Alioski can come off, be a madman, just put loads of energy on the field and match Man City's intensity in midfield and really get in their face. So I think Alioski can do a good job if he's on it. Our defence looks a lot better. So I'm going to put a realistic prediction on it and say 3-1 to Manchester City, but I think we're fully capable of getting a point if we're on our game. If we're on our game, we're fully capable of beating anyone, to be honest. So here's to hoping anyway. Marching on together. Come on, Leeds.
Hi, One Leeds. Wayne here again. Thoughts on the upcoming Man City game? Firstly, the inevitable reaction is, oh my God, it's Manchester City. They're going to get absolutely hammered. But there's a lot to digest and think about. Firstly, Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus are both missing. That puts a serious dent in the amount of firepower coming our way. Secondly, you need to look at how they performed against Leicester. Admittedly, I didn't watch the game, I just saw the highlights on Match of the Day. And as we saw, they conceded 5 goals. They went down 5 against Leicester. Now, of those 5, 2 were penalties. And I believe that is down to an inexperienced centre-back pairing, rather like Leeds United. And they played with a kind of false 9 up front with Raheem Sterling. So I genuinely think we're going to get a game very similar to the one we put in against Liverpool, because both sides' defences are still trying to gel. We've still got Elie Meslier coming into the fore and still learning. Other than that, we've got Pablo Hernandez missing and Rodrigo still trying to get up to speed. What I think we're going to see is Rodrigo starting the game, and I genuinely think that's going to lead to a lot more free-flowing, attack-minded football from both sides. It's going to be an absolute roller coaster, and I wouldn't want to predict the score, but I'm gonna go for a 3-3 draw. Come on, Leeds! We can get it. We can get it. Maybe we can nab that 4th one and make it 4-3 again. Come on! Marching on together.